but everybody do. But
Hold on, the engineer's here. The nigga pays here. We couldn't answer the phone calls.
Yeah, we couldn't get the calls, like, you know what I'm saying?
So call back. If you called in earlier, call
you
back.
called in. If you wanted to say something to Speedy and yell at him, call back.
Stop. Why'd you guys say the stream stopped?
Because it's black. It's just, I didn't know if it stopped or we can't see nothing.
No, it didn't stop.
No, my bad. We don't know, nigga. I'm not the engineer.
That's your problem. That's your problem. You want to go outside?
I'm not the engineer. You know what I'm saying? You want to go outside?
Nigga, you want to meet me downstairs?
That's why I told you earlier, Pop. Don't be telling me nothing about the board now. I didn't stop
You missed a run, nigga. When I say you missed a run, this nigga said,
You just had a good one on Smack's car.
did you have wheels when you got it?
Well, you kind of.
But you ain't, we know Rob. Like, Rob done left plenty of times.
Hey, Nick, we said.
Burn
first
rubber
time,
out of here. Like, on some mad shit.
All right, now we got to call see if we get this.
Nick, we
the
said
engineer's here.
Smack's headlights going to be replaced with flashlights.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Speedy.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Seymour.
Y'all need counseling.
Yeah.
Y'all need
This
Iyanla to come in there and fix y'all life. You can't keep doing your listeners like this, Speedy. We had a Morris Media flashback. Okay? We are traumatized.
What happened?
I need y'all to get y'all shit together.
Oh, it's together.
No, we human. Like, this is life.
It's a real show.
This real life.
Together, Speedy.
Hey,
This
We
is
are
real life.
traumatized right now. We are like the kids sitting in the room holding the blanket trying to hide. What the fuck is going on up
Well,
there?
Seymour, what it tells you is that this is a real show, and we don't write this shit. I don't map out what we're gonna talk about. We just do the show, and then shit happens, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is what it is.
And can I just say something to you, Smacks? Can you receive it?
Are you in church?
I'm listening.
Smacks? Is he still there? He taking a nap?
No,
Hey, Smacky. Hi, Smacky.
Smacky.
Hey, Smacky.
Hey, Smacky Wacky.
Smacky wacky.
I just want to say, you know that Rob is a little older than you, right? So I know you said I said my bad. You know, for some people, my bad is not an apology. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel what yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Seymour.
You know, and I'm not even trying to say that, you know.
Well,
for
you know,
some
so that
people, my
nigga's
bad
not
is
in
not
no
an apology.
fucking old folks home. He should know what that means.
What happened?
No, she said that.
I'm just saying that for some people, my bad is not an apology, is what I said.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Just
is this
saying-
Seymour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
this
And she don't like you. She's
Seymour,
on your side.
Seymour, let me. Oh, she don't like me. She's on my side. Thank you.
I
Seymour.
do like Robbie. Stop trying to instigate ones with your one eye. You one-eyed demon.
Yeah,
One-eyed demon.
Don't you-
That's your new name.
Well,
I need
don't you
counseling too.
Seymour,
Seymour.
Seymour, I'm late.
You one-eyed demon.
I'm late for my appointment. I was supposed to be gone
Oh,
already.
yeah,
But I came back.
Yes, sir.
But I came back to say this. I came back to apologize to Smacks. I accept your apology.
Great.
Great.
Nigga, stop.
You one-eyed demon, shut up.
You demon.
I rebuke you.
I apologize for threatening you on air and saying come downstairs. I apologize. That's on me. Okay? I accept your apology, brother. All right? We can just leave it as that.
All right. Thank you, Rob.
That's
It's too late, nigga. I just,
We had already scheduled the fight. You just got to be there.
it's too late, nigga. It's too late.
He's selling tickets.
It's too late. The fight is on. The fight is on.
I got $800 out on Smack.
The fight is on, nigga.
I got 400 on you and 13 on you.
I'm gonna hold this nigga fanny pack and y'all gonna fight.
Boy, y'all got the worst friends.
Somebody hold K-Dot while I kick her in the balls.
I wanted to see if you still got
My balls ain't real. I ain't gonna feel
They
it.
too far up.
Anyway, I want to see if Robbie still had his round.
Thanks again, Seymour.
All right, Rob, get to your
I
point.
got it.
Y'all heard
Thank
that?
y'all.
Robbie
Take
said he
care.
gonna kick me in my ovaries.
You're a good
Now we got to have an intervention for that, man.
Thank you, Seymour.
See, Seymour, see how we
she's
get,
still
we make it happen, Seymour.
She still there? Seymour?
Oh, no. No, she don't.
Let's see how-
Nigga, you niggas ain't shit,
Y'all
man.
ain't nothing. Y'all not doing a good moment. boy.
Y'all pick scabs and just...
Like I said, we had face catch.
No, that's some nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga came in here 10 minutes later. Like, you know what?
Yeah, I think
You
you
know what?
had a
That
beat.
nigga came in here like Rachel. You know what?
I think when you owe your bladder mess with you. I think that was because I got to pee. I was like, nigga, hey.
He said, should I take this shit or apologize to Smacks?
You know what? Let me go to the bathroom first. Let me clear my mind.
Let me get a minute to think about it.
Let me get this
Hey,
weight off.
Smacky Dacky. My
It
bad.
wasn't me. It was my
Smacky Dacky.
prostate. I was mad.
Putting pressure on me, okay?
Hey, Smacky Wacky.
Y'all retarded.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of hard to be mad around this.
I
motherfucker.
love to
These
see it.
niggas
You know
is
what I'm
shit.
saying?
I'm a
Because
laugh.
These
I can laugh all day
they
long.
pick
I
the
can laugh all
scab
day
off.
too.
You
Because
just got an apology, an official apology from Robbie Perone. That
From
never
Robbie
happened.
Perone.
That meant a lot.
He did.
never apologized to us.
No, he ain't never apologized to us. He
Well, he
just
still ain't
hung. Yeah,
apologized.
he just come back.
He said he hated us.
That nigga just
Yeah,
leave for weeks and then come back.
And promote.
He comes back a month later.
I'm over it. That's my apology.
But he calls in between.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear y'all talking about me.
I'm on the 405. Fuck y'all.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Okay, wow. First thing I want to say
said
is
wow.
happy birthday. The
Happy
first thing I want to
birthday.
say is happy early birthday.
Happy.
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 Yeah, how many
thing I
P's you
wanna
got in your
say-
happy?
H's in there, bro.
Is
How many pappies in that
I
motherfucker?
also want to say the thing that I would bring to becoming a parent is understanding and patience.
That was 3 hours ago.
Right.
You need understanding.
That was
and-
2
I
fights
know,
ago.
but I was trying to call, but people was on that, expressing their emotions and having a good. Y'all was
Well, we
arguing
learned it from
carrying
watching
on.
you, nigga.
Well, Vernon, what's the one thing
So-
you wouldn't bring?
Capital punishment. Like everything
Damn.
isn't an ass whooping.
I think that's illegal.
Everything
Yeah.
isn't an ass whooping. It's do what I say. I'm gonna beat your ass. It ain't. That's not always the answer
well-
to
Yeah.
a problem.
It isn't.
Yeah, but I think they're not saying it in a literal way. It's like, do the shit or I'll beat your ass.
No,
Like,
literally. No, it ain't no. It wasn't none of that. Oh, I'll be. No, it was do what the fuck I say, or we gonna have a problem. It's gonna be some furniture moving up as motherfucker. I wouldn't bring that because, first of all, you're teaching your child.
lost his breath.
You're
Like,
teaching
I
your
didn't
child violence is an answer to a problem, which is not always the correct
So
way
that's
to
what
handle
you're not
things.
bringing. That's what you're not gonna bring.
I thought I was
That's what
teaching
I'm
you to
not
do what the
breaking.
fuck I told you to do.
That's a good lesson to pass to your daughter. You know?
Wanzer,
Ooh,
shut
excuse
up.
me.
Anyway,
Excuse me.
I
Vernon,
sat here.
Vernon,
What?
so you won't pass down capital punishment, but you will pass down. What was the thing you want to pass down to your kids?
Understanding.
Like, what is that? What do you mean by understanding?
Understanding is that, hey, you coming from a different time. I want to understand your mind. Well, even though we don't have to because
no
we're
chilies.
with the adult. I want to understand where you coming from, not just what I say goes and it's all this other shit. What are you thinking when you did this? It's
You
some
like a
shit
white
that you.
parent, nigga. He said, what do you think?
Here's the
It's
thing
not-
about
it's okay.
understanding. You gotta want to understand. Like
Yeah,
people
but-
say
but
they
if
don't
you-
understand, but they really do. You know what I'm saying?
But it's just like when you grow up a certain way,
Grew up.
it's your way, and don't nobody.
He said when you grew up.
Speedy?
Well, you double clutched on all your words.
No, what?
what?
You just did it again.
All right, wait, Vernon. All right, thanks. Call right back. We
I'm seeing.
We
what
gotta
I'm trying to
we
do-
we gotta get Haley out.
Haley got to go. She got a dog with her foot broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
They
saying
said she dropped a 2-pound weight on her leg. Crushed every bone.
she sprained her pinky toe.
So is your foot, ankle? What is it?
Yeah, it's my foot.
What, you trip off the curb in your heels?
No, I was working out.
Was it a dumbbell?
Drop.
What kind of weight
Oh,
was
that's
it?
the worst.
The weight or
So we could all be careful
Yeah.
and not do what you did.
yeah.
She probably working on an arm machine.
Was it a dumbell?
Sure.
It-
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you just dropped it.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It was too heavy.
Yeah.
She was probably trying to squat. She probably
It
tripped
was-
over.
Did you
too-
crush?
It wasn't too heavy.
Was it crush? Did you crush any
It just
bones?
probably slipped.
No, it didn't. You want to talk?
Were you trying to hold your dog? What happened?
Dog away. Dog away. Dog away.
Nigga, I'm having what do you call it? That's not a support dog, is it?
No, that's
I'm
her dog
having
dog.
No, that's her.
Flashback.
That's her
That's her
dog.
dog
I'm
dog.
having a flashback.
That's
Okay.
Nyla.
I missed the joke, nigga. You
Wait,
got
Remember I went out with the girl and she had a support dog?
No, nigga, we don't remember all your
Well,
hoes.
well,
Like my nigga, you on Bumble every day. Like how are we gonna remember all these women?
Wait, real
Like-
quick, before we wrap the whole thing up, Wanza, did you ever say that the thing
No, he
that-
didn't.
that you
No.
would bring down from your parents?
Yeah.
Oh, no, what was the question exactly?
two things.
What's one thing you would bring down that you learned from your parents growing up?
And
And
what
what's one
would
thing
you?
you're not passing down to your daughter?
Morals, actually.
I know Prince is high on the list.
I wouldn't bring the fuck it Verizon ain't broke mentality.
The what?
You know, when it's time to pay a bill, I don't know. You know, my grandfather would be like, "Fuck him. If Verizon ain't broke,
Hilarious. Fuck
which
him.
means
Fuck
he's
him.
not gonna pay him."
Oh wow.
And
You move on to another company and not pay them.
yeah, that fucking mentality, you do that with a lot of
It's
stuff.
a poverty mindset.
You know, so I
So you're
probably
not bringing that.
I'm not bringing that. I don't yell. I've never yelled at my daughter ever. I talk to her. I've never had to. Look, I've never had to yell at
So
her.
what's the one thing you are bringing?
Our communication.
Communication. Okay.
It's the best thing you can have
That's
in
great.
any relationship.
K-Dot, you didn't give us yours.
I don't have no kids. You heard these niggas?
look,
Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids,
No,
so I can't tell you nothing.
Every problem,
I ain't
probably
had
just
one.
in life, period, any type of relationship, all comes from communication. Had they had a better form of communication, that wouldn't have been an issue. You don't have to yell at your kids if you have the correct communication. So,
I agree with that.
relationships crumble because somebody ain't
I would
listening.
say that, like,
Nothing's wrong with y'all.
I'm gonna bring the same things he said, not a poverty mindset, but like with my son, like I allow him to speak. Like I communicate with him, like because his mother and his dad, they rear their child like your dad and.
Is it a question?
So like I just want to give a healthy. I just want to give a healthy balance.
Well,
what you trying to say?
I'm trying to give him a healthy balance.
What you trying to say?
That what I just said, a healthy balance.
You say you let him speak. Now, are you letting him speak for him to be able to express himself, or for y'all to have a dialogue?
No, for him to be able to express himself and have a dialogue. Like he don't like school, so I'm like, okay, I understand you don't like school, but you need to figure something out now because after school, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna make money? How old is he now? He's 15. He'll be 15. So like, but his mama and his daddy like. Either gonna go to college or the army or the military. Like, they still projecting what we was taught.
Can I give a suggestion? I'm not trying to raise nobody's kids, but I was a 15-year-old young man at the time, and I hated school too. And reflecting on it, I wish somebody would have asked me, okay, well, what do you like?
I did ask him. He did tell me what he likes about school, but at the core of the situation, like he getting.
Oh no, I'm not saying about school.
Two different perspectives.
You mean
like,
period?
No, I'm not saying about school. I wish somebody would have just asked me like what I like. Period.
No, I do that. Like, we talk.
I'm just saying for people listening, like if you got a 15-year-old and they say I didn't like school either, but I liked art, I liked history. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you can find out how to make education fun in that sense.
No, but I give him different things like that can educate him. Like, school doesn't really set you up for life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I tell him. Like, school is just really to babysit you while we do what we need to do for life. You know what I'm saying? So I tell him, like, you do need to pay attention in math. Math is universal. So, like, I understand you don't like school, but math, you're going to use that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's a language.
I just talk to him like that as opposed to, like, you don't have to go to college if you don't want to because it's a waste of money for us because you ain't paying for college. We are.
One of the easiest ways to teach math, real quick, one of the easiest ways to teach about math a kid is explain to him like it's a language.
Excuse me.
Or dominoes.
Or dominoes.
I would go with what he said as well. And it's different now. I think when I was younger, and well, this is just me. You had to go to school. Now they have schools set up that can cater to what your child does.
Yeah.
So the high school that we want to do for Madison, because she loves to draw, she loves singing, she likes to dance. Okay. We're going to send her to a school where that is more.
No, but you have the time for that. Like,
no, I'm saying things have changed where those schools, the whole school's like that.
Okay.
So it's a school that's
I get that. But
performing
like,
arts.
but it's but it's
or
still,
whatever they're already.
No, I know, but like you have the time for that. Like if you I look at everything in totality. Like his mama or I don't have time to get him to that type of school because number one, that school.
Well, I'm just thinking they have that same thought
I
had back in the day. You got to go to school.
No, but you still have to. Like I still live in a reality. Like. The reality of the situation is you have a mother who works full time. She got other kids that she got to take care of. So, like, some things she ain't going to be able to pour into you or nurture into you because of life. Mm-hmm. So,
like an education?
Well, not like an education like that, but like.
Well, no, yeah, it's hard to educate.
Yeah, it's not saying that. Like, it's location. It's not that she wouldn't, like, say he was into performing arts or whatever. Mm-hmm. She don't have the means to get him to this performing arts situation. So she has to work with what she has access to. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not that she doesn't want to.
And the high school's around the corner.
This is just an example. Yeah. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just using my people as a thing. So, like, it's like, oh, it's all these resources and things, but, like, life get in the way. So you have to teach your child how to evaluate life, too, to make sure they can incorporate life and their how they want to progress in life and things like that. Because I can give you all the tools, but life may not give you that direction. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, didn't nobody, like, I always knew I was funny, but I went to college because of my mama. I hated school. Mm-hmm. I got a degree because of my mama, because that's what she wanted me to do. So you saying you wouldn't have gone? No, hell no, I wouldn't have went to college. I would have bypassed that shit. It was a waste.
Film school or something,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a waste. Like, it ruined my credit because I didn't know about credit. Because I applied for credit cards because she didn't teach me, like, a lot of things my parent didn't set me up for. So I don't want my child. So when I hear you talk sometimes, that's what I be like. I be like, oh, my nigga, you sound like my mom.
What are you trying to say?
You say it's like a woman?
She said
Sometimes.
college ruined her credit. You said college ruined your credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't teach you about credit.
No, she said she didn't learn about credit.
I didn't learn about credit, but college don't teach you about, school don't teach you about credit. Like, school don't teach you about the things that you utilize in life. I would have never got a credit card. Like, credit cards are designed to keep you in debt.
And your mom didn't tell you.
Right. She didn't tell me.
Yeah, that was K-Dot's point earlier when she started earlier today, which I agree with. Like, I think it's certain things that I would personally take longer time to break down. Because either, I feel like if you're a parent of a child, it's going to affect you in the long run anyways. You know what I'm saying?
But it also affects you. Like, so say I would have started my comedy when I knew I was in tune with comedy. My mama would be more set up now. You know what I'm saying?
So when would you have started comedy?
I probably would have started comedy like 1918. 19 years old, 18 years. 18 years.
You said 1918.
No, I'm sorry. 1819. My bad. My bad.
In 1819.
You know what I'm saying?
So
You'd have
around
been a slave.
1819, you'd have been at comedy clubs trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but like my mom was like, nah, you got to get a job. Like, it's just like social media now. Like, everybody put up their kids graduating and shit. But I know these people in real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be these long fucking posts like, oh, now you should make your next journey into your whatever. You just told this motherfucker 2 days ago they got to get out.
Right, so
You know what I'm
so
saying?
I'm glad you said it. So my nephew just moved in with me. My brother's son, younger son, one of his sons. My brother got 15 kids. And so
Yeah, you know
so
what I'm
he
saying? Y'all was
came.
fucking.
Yeah, we
So he came to the house and he says, well, you know, if you need me to go get a job, I said, no. What do you want to do? He said, I want to play basketball, go to school. I said, well, I'm going to set you up so you go to school. You go with Brooklyn, whatever. And I said, don't worry about, I can handle the bills here. You just go focus on that. Now, that's not for, like you said, everybody don't have that luxury. But if you do as a parent, I mean, to teach him he need to go work, he do need to work. But if he says his goal is to get to that next level and I don't need his money, so no, just focus on that. Now, if for some reason you stop focusing on that and you doing other shit, then I'm going to say.
No, as you should. Like, but you're putting him in a position to not stress about. Like, that's what I tell my son. Like, I put him in a position like, yo, I want you to bump your head, but I don't want you to bump your head as many times as I did.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you're going to bump your head, but
that's
now
part of the process.
it's a, I didn't have no crutch. Like, I just had to bump my head, be resilient, get back up, bump my head.
You hard-headed.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not hard-headed. Like, my mother didn't set me up. Like, it's not about me being hard-headed.
It's her mom's fault.
It
Steve.
is.
You're not listening.
You know what I'm saying? It is. It is my mom's fault.
Haley, your birthday's coming up. And
yeah,
no.
this nigga don't ever want to hear that.
Well, Haley,
you know what I'm saying?
Haley, real quick, you can answer today's question.
What's that?
If you have kids, is there anything you would pass down that you learned from your childhood, like a good lesson that your parents taught you, and it's something that you would not pass along?
Well, we're going to be good communicators.
Your name Haley?
We're going to talk to our kids.
He's trying to say
you know what I'm saying?
He's doing a side joke. Anyway, so what would you pass down to your kids?
So mine's, I don't know, it's kind of weird. So
nothing's weird.
when
Yeah.
I was young, my aunt told me to never ask a man for anything, like just nothing. So it was around my birthday, like 2 days before my birthday, and I asked my uncle, but he wasn't my uncle at the time. He was dating my aunt. I was like, hey, you gonna give me a birthday gift? You know? And he went back and told my aunt, and then like a couple days after my birthday, I got like this worst whipping ever because I asked a man for something. I never like understood
That's
it.
traumatic.
That's trauma.
Yeah, she ain't forgot about it. She was two.
That's
But
crazy.
it showed me how to be like independent. So I grew up not, asking
In a bad way, though.
or dependent on somebody else
So that's what you would pass to your child.
to be independent.
Would you pass it along with that same lesson?
that-
though?
yeah,
Yeah,
with that-
like
so-
would you be?
to not, to kind of
Would
not.
you beat them if they asked?
I
Yeah,
would
you know what I'm
not
saying?
beat them.
You ain't learned.
But for a kid to ask an adult for a birthday present is not a bad thing.
It really isn't.
It
I will
doesn't
beat
matter
my
if it's a
kid,
man
yes,
or a
it-
woman or
yeah.
whatever.
I think
Beating your
the
child.
I'm gonna look at the other side, which is a little child asking another man for something. That's what.
Yeah, that's a little sketchy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my daughter to. I wouldn't want my daughter to ask any other man or smacks. What you gonna give me for my birthday?
I'm just
You
saying
ask me.
it's a very adolescent thing. If his son was like, "My birthday's on Saturday, are you gonna get me something?" I'd be like, "Yeah,
No.
what do you want?"
Nah, nigga.
No.
Why
You
not?
don't
No.
know that
It's a
man.
kid.
He might want something from you.
No,
Nigga, back off him, nigga.
because then you're asking people for something. If I say, my daughter's birthday's this weekend, and she likes whatever, and you go to her and say, well, I know your birthday's coming up. What would you like for your birthday? That's totally different than my child coming to you going, "Hey, Uncle, I want this. My birthday's Saturday. I want you to get me this, that, and the other."
So it's totally different for a child to be a child.
I'm just saying, kids get excited about their
like,
birthday.
that's
It's a
like,
kid.
I wouldn't
It's a
teach my child to say that. I would go. I would
you don't
never
have to teach them to do it, but you don't have to teach them
that's what
not
I'm
to
saying.
do it.
Like,
I'm gonna teach them not to do it.
Everything is
For
not
sure.
teachable. Like, you can teach them not to do things. Like,
Yes.
I understand what you're saying.
I would
but
teach them not to
sometimes
do
a
that.
kid is being a kid, and you don't know until shit happens.
That's why I'm gonna nip it in the bud before it happens and go, baby, don't ask anybody for anything. I got you for your birthdays, or we just don't. That's not what we do.
So here's the thing, right? That's bad too, because we all need help. And like that's big in our community that we don't ask for help.
I don't need. I'm good.
Yeah, that's bad. Everybody need help at some point.
Yeah, but-
everybody need help at some point in their life.
Yeah,
Like,
but if I ask you to help, or hey, my daughter.
but if you've been rooted to not ask nobody for help, then you generally don't ask for help. Like you struggle, and a lot of us struggle
so do you think
unnecessarily because we don't
by
ask for
taking
help.
that mentality is
Yeah.
too much?
Yes and no. So, like, I was homeless twice. And maybe because I wasn't able to ask. But at the same time, I was put in situations with different guys like, oh, yeah, I could help you out, if you do, something. But it was just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I never asked them for help or anything like that.
And I think that's what part I'm talking about.
Yeah.
For
I didn't
a
have to
woman
owe
to
somebody
start,
something
even if
else.
at a young child, a kid, you start asking men to get you stuff, they're going to say, what you going to get me? That's
But,
what
like,
it turns into,
it does-
even though it
here's
started
the
as a
thing,
child.
But you have to learn how to manage. Like, when you're not taught how to manage things, then you don't know how to identify things until it's too late. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so you can teach somebody to ask. It's okay to ask for help, but it has to be a situation where you're in need of help. Like, we don't teach everything to a T, in my point. We just say things like, you shouldn't be asking for, don't ask no man for no help. But you can ask for help in this situation or that situation. Like, we don't explain a lot of things. So then, like, I understand what you're saying. Like, you may have been put in some situations, but you didn't know how to identify the people that you could ask for help for because of that one. Because it's people around you who would have helped
It's
you.
more of an
if you-
identifying
right.
factor.
You're not identifying it because you're just associating everything with that one lesson. Like, I should have never asked this man for money, as opposed to somebody teaching you how to identify whom you should ask for assistance, or not money, but help. You know what I'm saying?
Or so you think it's okay if your daughter asks anybody, hey, my birthday is Thursday, can you give me something?
Also, what I'm saying is that
No, that's the question I asked. I don't know.
no, listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that
I didn't ask you what you're saying. I said,
Yeah,
I'm answering you.
Because your answer is not
I'm
gonna
answering
match
you.
his rightness.
yeah, thank you.
the answer to my question, Speedy, is that kids will be kids, and
That's not-
kids get
that's not
more
what I said.
excited about things than
I
we
didn't
do.
ask about kids being
I would
kids.
not-
I said if your daughter goes to Smacks and say, what do you get me for my birthday? You're okay with that?
Nigga, what are you getting her?
But it's also
If
up to
his son
but
came
it's
to
also
me-
up to Smacks. Like, Smacks can teach a lesson, or Smacks can come to you and be like, hey, your daughter asked me for a gift. Is that normal? Like, it's a two-way street. It's just not about like what your kid did. What's the other person doing as well?
I look at it from this perspective. If we all are friends and we have a
Right.
good rapport with each other,
Not
and our
strangers.
right? Not strangers. And my
I was
son,
okay. My bad. I was speaking of stranger.
Not strangers, no.
I was
But-
thinking
That's not
stranger.
so
okay.
but in my perspective, why would my son go talk to a stranger to
ask
ask
him
him?
No, the
for a
person
gift.
could just be standing there. And,
No,
and
but like,
he
why
could be
would your
talking
kid?
to
Why
you.
would my
Yeah, but why?
son-
Yeah, like that's
But
random.
my son, I don't believe that my son would go up to a stranger and be like, "Hey, my birthday next week. What are you gonna get me?" Because
Okay.
I've heard
He definitely come up to me and be like, K-Dot.
Right. So now, if it's my friends or my people that I do business with, and my son be like, "Hey, my birthday coming up. What you get me?" Then, just like what Juan just said, okay, well, what you gonna get him then?
Can I ask a question? Everybody know I feel about birthdays, so
No.
that's another thing. But you don't think that's a bit rude
That's what I
to
think.
ask somebody what you gonna get?
Yeah.
No,
I
because
think
No,
so.
because you
like,
can say
because-
nothing.
But here's the thing, right? It's like
But
to
then-
me, it's
then
like
I'm
how
on the-
y'all.
then
It's
I-
how y'all look at kids. Like the way y'all, the perception y'all have of kids is like kids shouldn't ask anything.
They shouldn't ask that
No, no,
question.
no.
They
No,
shouldn't
no,
ask.
that's not-
They
that's
shouldn't
not-
ask certain things.
No, but like if you say it's weird, like you just said,
Let me
it's
tell you why
weird.
I'm saying that, because one of the lessons I was taught as a kid, right, which was it stuck with me.
From
my
your
whole life.
dad.
My grandfather. He told me. He told me you're gonna be grown a lot longer. You're gonna be a child. So
Yes.
the lessons I'm teaching you now, preparing you for that. It didn't make sense as a kid. I figured it took forever, but he was 100% right. Right? You were a kid for 18 years, if that. Then you got
Probably-
the rest of your life to deal with.
Yeah.
So
Probably 10.
So he didn't spend so much time investing into things I need to learn as a kid. It was more about preparing me for the long haul. You know what I mean? So that's why I asked the question. I was talking about for the long haul.
Yeah, because you're a kid, maybe what, 11,
so
11 12
I
years
understand,
old?
Wanzo, I understand what you're saying, a child being a child asking that question, right? I was speaking from in perspective of teaching a lesson, right? Mm-hmm. Is that something that you want to pass along to be in that position to be asking people for things in general, whether it's a male or a female?
So again, it's not for strangers, but if it's people that you know, yeah, I don't see anything wrong.
No, if that's okay.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
You already know what it is.
Oh, DJ without the Hellcat.
Without the Hellcat.
Hey, listen. Robbie, I know Robbie from the old school, but Robbie is lucky that he came back and apologized because he don't even know that Smack already had put the call out to the homies. Robbie was finna get his ass
hilarious.
I know he know that karate shit, but that work on one person, Robbie. You don't work on and Smack was on his phone the whole time calling the homies. Yeah, old nigga up here tripping.
Old nigga tripping.
Nigga, get up here ASAP, partner. Yeah, we got us one.
Park in the back.
Pull up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but listen, I just wanted to clarify something. Y'all said that it's wrong. So if you sleep on concrete, right, you homeless, broke, that's not a good enough reason to sell a little coochie or barter a little coochie?
No.
Am I hearing that right?
No, you need to be
You're absolutely hearing that right.
You definitely hearing that. It's not cool.
I'm talking about, listen.
It's the oldest profession.
It's July. It's 115 degrees in the air, nigga. So you know the ground is 147.
In the air.
You telling me you rather sleep on that than to
Where's some grass somewhere?
Barter?
Yeah, I'm not bartering my
barter
body.
with the gift that you got that can get you some,
I don't like the phone call.
Hotel?
DJ at Vegas, normally I would never do this to you.
Huh?
That was a weird question, DJ.
But no, I was just saying it just made me more independent and not depending on everybody else. I have friends that just continually, like, they don't know where they're going. They don't, they're like 30-some years old. They don't know what to do in life. They're always asking for money. They don't have a job. Like, they're always asking for something. So me being in my situation, getting myself out of the situation myself and not depending on anybody else, it just made me a stronger person, I felt like.
All right, so what would you bring that you've learned from your mom or your dad?
That was what I would bring.
Oh, that part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speedy's not a good listener. I apologize.
It's okay.
I apologize.
I'm a little soft.
Speedy just played the numbers. Like, he just had a gang of kids, and now he like, well, I got all the answers.
I do.
Tommy's listening to the show.
Hey, Tommy.
He has had a question for you. So he was saying, basically, if you raise your child to be able to question you as a parent, right? Do you think that's passing along a message that he can question all authority? Or is that the idea of stopping the questioning? Because I think I would want my child as an adult to question authority. I don't believe in authority.
Question everything.
Everything. I don't
well, as a black person, we should question everything. Like, this is I'm speaking specifically for us. Like, we should always question because the system is not designed for us. So you should be preparing your kid to question a lot of shit.
But what is authority? You just got an outfit on and a job, nigga. Like, that ain't real.
No, that's right.
It's not real authority.
But like that's why you teach. That's why you teach logic. So sometimes it's not a question in authority. So like me personally, at my old job, they used to think I would question authority. It's not about your title. Like, help me understand why I need to do this job or why I have to do that.
Caller, what's your name?
I need a logical answer. Okay. It's not about just being.
Caller.
Speedy.
What?
Did we just get I'm in a bind Nate call from DJ out there Vegas?
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like to me. That's what it sounded like to me.
Nigga nasty. This nigga nasty.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
I'm in a bind, Nate. I'm in a bind.
And I'm nasty.
No, DJ say random shit. Like, would you want your baby mama, your baby mama to sell pussy because y'all in a bind?
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, right?
It's just like
he wild.
That was creepy. I'm glad you disconnected that call. Nick,
that was
wise,
weird.
brother.
That was weird.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he did. He was in a bind. He got rid of that Hellcat. That's what damn sure.
Right.
We don't know what he would have done to keep that.
I believe
you might have slept with a veteran. Slept with a veteran to keep that.
You all do know that one of the markings of intelligence is asking questions, right?
Well, Speedy has no idea.
And I know that it's sometimes generational. There were the older people, you don't ask questions or whatever. They view that as disrespect. But asking questions is a mark of intelligence.
So you trying to say they wasn't intelligent?
You want to teach your kids to think for themselves. If you just constantly telling your kids do this, do this, do this, they're never learning how to process and think for themselves.
Okay, Seymour, because you don't have any kids, right?
I do not have a kid, but I was a child.
Okay, so if you do have kids or you're going to pass stuff on, what's the one thing you would bring that you learned from your parents?
Don't do drugs.
Hilarious.
They gonna get that from the DARE program. So what would you bring?
Don't do drugs. She gonna bring the drugs for them not to do.
Okay.
And
don't do drugs, baby, because you can't be a senior citizen addict around here. It's real. Okay.
And then what for sure would you not bring?
Know what I would pass down.
Or would you?
What I would tell them not to do, don't do drugs. And then one of the things, like I know, we have different views of education. But I think it is important that our kids at least, do something in STEM. Because, see, everybody can't be an entertainer. We still going to need those foundational people that can work with their hands. You don't have to go to school, but, learn a trade of some kind. You're going to always need an electrician. You're going to always need a plumber. And those people make money. Because I think we glamorize being in front and being an entertainer. But then, when this doggone pandemic hit, a lot of these celebrities were having a rough time. Even the ones we thought had it made. You know what I'm saying?
He said I was fine.
People shitted on YouTubers, and a lot of the celebrities ran to social media to get their YouTube pages up and everything. Everybody's starting a podcast, but everything also gets to a bubble, and bubbles pop. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good to kind of have something to fall back on. I don't think that they may think that's old school, but I think that's important.
No, I agree. But I think
learn a trade. I like that.
I think we should pour into everything.
Yeah.
And also don't gender it because I think a lot of more.
Exactly.
I think a lot more men would be cooks if their fathers would allow them to cook. Like some things y'all put chefs.
That's like saying a lot more women would be hoes if their mothers allowed them to be hoes.
I'm not saying you. Right.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah, that's not the same
I think
thing.
it's the same thing.
I'm here, Seymour. That was dumb.
Yeah. But it's like, what I'm saying?
Being
Like,
a cook,
I can hear you, Seymour.
or a hairstylist. Like you went to beauty school. Like you
wanted
don't
to say to
necessarily
you,
have
I
to be
think
a
you
gay
must have went
nigga
out
to
and
do
spoke to
hair.
Robbie. And I think that's great that you did that because it's important for us to see conflict resolution amongst black men. So I think that was powerful.
Robbie ain't
So
here.
Smacks, I thank you too for participating in that. But no, I was telling
Did
Nick,
he?
thank you.
What about me?
Did he participate?
No,
I mean,
I'm the one who started it. What about me?
You didn't even hear what she said. Listen to what she said.
I'm the one that said, let's iron this out. They were going to let it go.
That's not what she said, though.
No, I'm saying, didn't Nick go down and talk to Robbie when he stepped out when the screen went black?
No.
And y'all couldn't take any calls?
No, I didn't go down and talk to Robbie. I seen Robbie in the hall. I'll tell you guys what I told him. What I explained to Robbie was, because Robbie talks about he's in the good book, I just gave him a quote out the good book. And I just explained to him the Bible says you love your neighbor as you love yourself. And what that means is, however you treat your brother, meaning other black men, other black women, that is the same measuring stick you're going to be judged by. That's going to be used to judge you with. However you judge your people. So
Well, first of all, he got to acknowledge his ego because that was his ego.
Well, I don't know all that. So that's all I
No, it was.
No, I'm talking about what I said to Robbie. That's all I said to Robbie. And I think that kind of just makes sense.
K-Dot, you right about that.
Because he sat here and said he didn't have no ego, but that was your ego. Like that man, this man sat here and said, "I respect you," and he still turned around and wanted to fight. So like that's your ego,
right?
No, I mean it's not about what it wasn't gonna happen. But
the
like,
cold part, I couldn't get to them in time enough before it to stop.
Connected to his ego as well. Yeah. But I just want to say
thank you, baby.
If he went to fight me, he could have walked right.
Yeah, DJ need counsel. All right, thank you, baby. Love you.
It always. That's why.
You grew up like me.
That's why I always.
I'm not gonna call. You can call me whatever you want, as long as you don't put your hands on me. What is what it is. So if he wanted to do that, he could have walked right here.
That's why.
Instead of going all the way down the stairs.
My equipment's right there. This is why.
Hilarious. He said no.
Yeah, our equipment's right here.
You couldn't do that.
That's why I preach the good book.
There's a child here.
Right.
That's why I preach the good book though, because in my experience, in my personal life, I've never ran across a scenario I could not find the solution in the good book. Any scenario in life. So if anybody needs some counseling, needs some advice, holler at your boy one time. I'll send you.
All right, we got a few
But
minutes left.
they gotta
so
want it. Like everybody always have a solution, but like if the person don't want it or receive it,
put
it's
my
a
finger up.
waste.
I got a solution.
Good point, K-Dot.
It's a waste.
Like
Like
that.
you
I have a
gotta. That's what you gotta learn to identify. Like and like, yeah, I mean, you put your hand up, your picture right here. It never meant anything to me. Ever.
Call her what's your name? Where you calling from? It's my last day on this
Hey,
show.
Speedy, it's me, Billy. I want to thank you for taking me to the playground yesterday.
Who is this weirdo?
That's a bad joke, but let's see what happens.
You want to keep it on? Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Let's keep going. How was the
Thank
playground?
you for teaching me that game, hide the pickle.
Hide the pick.
You got one more, nigga.
Yeah, one more.
Jackson.
Let's
strike
go.
Get close, nigga.
Because we can call you back.
Yeah.
Said,
we got your number.
We got your number.
Yeah, we got caller ID.
Yeah.
All right, so it is what you're watching, Wednesday.
All right, let's get into that.
You
Let's
got a
start
real
over
call.
Yeah, let's not start with
What you watching?
Shit, not
Criminal
her.
Minds. Okay.
Fight night.
She ain't watching the weight.
I just finished watching
Footloose.
a show called Lincoln Lawyer.
It was right there.
Lincoln
Lincoln
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Saved the last
I
dance.
didn't want to watch that with what's my man's name?
Stomp the yard.
No,
This
no.
nigga said stomp to y'all.
I don't know his name.
I better say she got to use a foot.
No, the white dude, McConaughey.
She was watching Bring It.
That's his
Yeah,
name?
McConaughey's in the
You about
movie.
to step
Oh.
out?
Bring it
Lincoln
on.
Lawyer.
Kung Fu.
Can we, nigga,
This nigga whines like, I'm gonna say something.
I know. Nigga. He got a list of shit on his phone. He got to get off.
Nick that paddywhack.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch. I think it's
I'm
on
sorry, what
Netflix,
did you
right?
watch again, Haley? Say it again.
Lincoln Lawyer.
Lincoln Lawyer.
That's a great
Oh,
movie.
yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, I like
Matthew
that movie.
McConaughey, right?
It was
That's
good.
yeah, Matthew. I don't like
good
Matthew
show.
I
McConaughey.
like Matthew McConaughey.
I don't.
He's not. I don't think he's racist, but he'll play a good racist dude.
He does. He
You don't like
looked like
Matthew
he could be.
McConaughey?
Yeah.
You don't like him?
Like he'll
No,
play a
he
good
from
slave
Texas.
owner.
He from
See,
Texas.
like, if
Well,
for me, like, if you play it too good, like, you racist. Like, how you tune
Well, he
into
from
that
Texas.
role.
He from Texas.
What
You
does that
tune
mean,
into that
Speedy?
role too much.
That a white man's from Texas? They racist.
Not all of them.
Shit.
I ain't gonna take my chances. You ever heard a gazelle say that about lions? Not all of them.
He probably cool.
All right, nigga.
They're hungry. Not all of them.
Because they're like, I run pretty fast. I'm pretty quick.
You go by the water hole then, nigga. That's over there.
That pride doesn't look hungry. Let's go by them.
He's a chunky lion. Oh my god.
They look full.
I mean, I'm gonna say absolutely not every white dude. Most of the white dudes I met from Texas,
They racist.
let Fox tell you.
Can't stand them niggas.
Let Fox tell you. Nigga,
Well,
they-
I'm from Texas, so
What part?
You're not a white man.
You also have Filipinos.
You're
huh?
from a city. You're from a big
yeah,
city.
he from Terrell, Texas.
Right.
His stories,
That might be
nigga, I
different.
said.
He's from where
shit.
the real white people
I
at.
think one of the coldest stories he ever told me was when he went to go play piano for the lady, and before they let him in, they told him because his mom worked for the lady, so they said, "Well, can my son play?" He's like, "Yeah." Tell him to come around back. He had to come around back to come in, and he had to put on a suit. And then he got ready. When he got done playing the piano, he wanted to give the suit back or the jacket back to the man. He said, "No, I don't want that jacket. You wore it."
Oh no, what?
You got your nigga germs on.
Even worse was he had to walk there.
Yeah.
Right? He had to walk to do this thing, and he walked with his friend, and the dude told him he can't have two niggas in his house
have 'em in his house.
at a time.
And this
So
is
his
what?
friend had to wait out. He's like kids. His friend had to wait outside. He
That's
told
like
him- he told him to his face. I said, God
78.
damn.
And you know what would have been a good time to question some shit. As a kid.
Full circle. What you
Full
watching?
circle.
One?
Somebody calling.
I'm watching kid movies.
Answer the phone, nigga.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
it's
your
there
daughter's
for.
in
Your
town.
daughter's in
What-
town.
What animation
Call it.
you on?
Call it.
Oh,
What
hold
you
on,
want?
I wanna hear this.
Who is this?
Who this here?
Who that is right there on that phone?
Is this the nigga that was in the park?
Who that here?
Well,
Go
All
ahead.
right, go ahead, Wans. What you watching?
Well, you did go see Minions.
I
I took her to go see
my daughter's here. Yeah, what did she say? What was that? It was
Minions.
She just saw Minions.
Minions?
She saw the Minions.
well, her daddy won, so she see him all the time.
Hey, this is like you.
Call
Look,
me mini-me.
You are on TV, daddy.
We just watched
a whole
Minions.
bunch of you, Dad.
That was the funniest thing I ever seen on TV.
What'd you watch?
Call him mini.
Sea Monster.
Sea Monster. What's
All,
that?
all
what's
my
that about?
all my movies are kid movies.
So wait a minute. When you get ready to turn the TV on, you got to turn it to cartoon.
I mean, whatever.
Have you seen any good? Some of them pretty good. You seen any
Sea
good ones?
Monster was all right.
Sea Monster was cool.
Sea
So
Monster
you
was good.
remember
Minions was good.
when Justin moved in?
Oh, Justin, I had to
So-
watch Goofy movie.
So we had only one TV at the time because it was just me and the boys, me and Nick and
It was
Donald,
living room TV too.
and it was living room TV. So we watch and go to bed. Justin moved in, nigga. We had to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven for 3 months till I got bought another TV.
Somebody call him.
I think Justin watched All Dogs Go to Heaven as many times as we've heard the story.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck about y'all.
It's
Caller,
all
what's your
right.
name? Where you calling
know what I'm
from?
saying? We're going to have to get a nurse in here eventually. We're going to have to get a nurse. Nurse
Oh, y'all answered my
his
damn
memory.
phone instead of answering those,
Nigga
other
needs
folks.
some
What,
sea moss.
ask you what question? I'm sorry.
This nigga needs some black seed oil. Shit. It was a bubble TV, you and your son.
He said he needs some sea moss. That's hilarious.
Need to soak it in his braids.
Go ahead, Nakia. You
Sorry,
live.
Nakia.
Hi, y'all.
What's up?
Hey,
Y'all
Nick.
finally answered my damn call instead of the little pranksters.
Well, it's only one phone, boo.
We're working on another one.
Well,
Right
that
now,
ain't
it's
my
one.
fault.
Don't you
Only
be tired
one?
with this
Yeah.
goddamn line.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just wanted to call and say that today's show has been very informational. And
I'm offering to give Smacks a hug because he needs one.
We actually had a topic today.
Yeah.
So how you get the hug to him? You want Wanda to hug him for you?
Do you like his pink shirt?
No, next time y'all come out here for a show, I will make sure to give Smacks a hug.
Oh, there you go, Smack.
Smack's not on that show. No, I'm playing.
Listen, I'll tell you. Well, I was gonna say I was gonna say Smacks normally smells good, but he ain't gonna be there. So.
No, he'll be there.
No, he'll definitely
Smacks,
be there.
we like you.
Yeah.
In case you was wondering.
I like Smacks.
Hey, look, this
You know
the
what,
thing.
Smacks?
I'm
One
a
thing-
fan.
One thing I always move by, I could care less if a nigga don't like me.
Well, we know you don't care.
But what about the ones that like you?
But just in case
Y'all
you
my
do
people.
care.
Y'all my
Hey,
people.
you know what I'm
100
saying?
grand. 100
All
grand.
right.
Y'all my
Thank you, baby.
Bye.
We know you tough, man, but just in case you're not. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate how you responded.
Nigga said, just in case you're not.
I respect you
We
even
got you
more
back,
now.
man. What you watching?
Shh, my mouth.
I'm glad you said that.
I'm watching my mouth.
Boy, when I tell you, I was 2 minutes from
I'm watching my nigga. You
telling you your life story.
I tell every man I mean. I don't fight men.
I didn't say nothing about fight. I said tell you your life story is what I said.
No,
I don't hit women.
I'm
That's
telling
all I
You really
do.
not watching nothing?
Mm-mm.
I know you've been working like a slave out
Yeah,
there. I think your Instagram.
I really be out
Hey,
here
can I
grinding.
ask a question? I mean
Nope.
this. I'm not even
Yeah.
being facetious.
No, you my real homie, so I
Yeah.
fucks with you, Wanzer.
Yeah. So you know, we all like certain genres and certain things, whatever. So for you know, you have a community, right? The LGBT community. Do you look for those type of movies, or do
No.
you not care?
It's not. Here's the thing,
That's a good
right?
question.
Here's the thing about me, and I want all of you. Like, I'm glad you asked that question. I don't really associate myself with the community.
Just a
Like,
person.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like I'm black. Like, it's a lot of things gays do that I just don't like because black people have been going. Like, to me, gays and trans are just now you black. Now you experiencing what we have always went through.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't really fuck with the community because they push a lot of shit that I feel is not important. Like, I have way more black issues than I'll ever have gay issues. You know what I'm saying?
That's well put.
So like, when people, it really frustrates me. Like, because I'm gay, they automatically throw me in the community.
Right.
I don't.
And
I don't fuck with
even
the
I
gays.
just even I just did
no,
that.
No, but like it's a
I've
natural.
never thrown you in the community.
It's a natural assumption,
I've
but for
never
me,
thrown
it's
you,
like I'm black before I'm gay. So like, gay issues are not my problems. Black issues are my problems.
Okay, what I'm
So I
watching-
don't look for gay movies and like because to me it's like what
This
am
looks
I?
gay.
I'll say that though. It's some shit that do look gay.
This is colorful.
You know what I'm saying?
Colorful.
He's gay.
Yeah.
Oh, these
Damn
niggas holding
good.
hands.
Yeah, like, and also like it's not a good representation of me. Like, how many gay movies or LGBT movies you seen
Wazzer.
that have studs
Come on,
in them?
man.
That have
Wazzer?
that have people that look like me.
Call her what's your
Like,
name?
you know
Where
what
you
I'm saying?
call
How
her
many
from?
gay movies you seen?
Yeah, how many gay movies you
Okay,
seen?
first
Gay
off,
nigga.
Before
You one-eyed bastard.
all this other
no,
shit
you
gets
Demon,
off, I wanna
demon.
say-
My fault. Gotta go dip.
I want to say I watched a movie on
Dudes.
debt. What K Dot said is
On debts.
actually I said debt.
Oh, I thought you said
Because
dicks.
what K Dot said, because what K Dot said back in the early '90s is an epidemic. The credit card companies would come to colleges and they would promote their credit
facts.
cards.
Yeah.
And these
And that's
kids
how-
would buy up all these cards
So
and be in
did.
millions of dollars in debt.
I fucked my credit up for a
Before
big
they
bag of
even-
M&Ms
before
and
they
a
even
basketball hoop on a
graduated.
garbage can. Bank of Hawaii
And
fucked
then
me
it
all the
takes-
way up.
It takes them the rest. It takes them the rest of their life to get out of the debt that they could have been taught about early. And they stopped them. They stopped the credit card companies from doing that because the credit card companies
I bet
used to
his
come to
phone
colleges
is
all the
moist.
time.
And hot.
What did you say, Speedy?
No, I'm listening.
He said your phone was moist and hot.
He said he glad you got your credit back
and
together.
smelled like Worcestershire sauce.
You ever seen a nigga juicy mouth?
You know, I would say something to you, but I think it's not worth it anymore because you're just a jackass, and I'm going to leave it alone.
He's a one-eyed
Jackass.
demon.
All right.
Last time you been called that.
I'll take that.
So it's just amazing.
So
and
what do you think about the
fascinating to me.
community?
Right.
What
Yeah, what do you think
what
about
community?
your community?
The LGBTQ.
I didn't say none of that.
Take a letter out.
Vern
Take a
is
letter.
straight.
The
First of all-
LGBT plus community.
Vernon, so
Whatever
Vernon,
it
Vernon,
is,
I have a
whatever
real
it is that
question.
they want to do,
Vernon, I got a real-
they gonna do.
I'm
But
with
one
you,
thing I
Vern.
don't
Whatever
like-
they want to do.
They gonna do. Vernon, I got a real question
Here's the
for
thing. Here's the thing about that.
you. Vernon,
A lot of them are bullies, and they don't want to admit to being
you talking
bullies.
about gay people?
Yeah, you can say it, Vern. The
Yeah.
gays, nigga. The gays out here.
The gays.
The
Yeah,
gays.
a lot of them,
It's almost
a
like
lot
the
of, a lot of
Grays,
gay
you know what I
people
mean?
are
But it's the
bullies,
gays. It's
and
weird.
then they're opportunistic bullies because they want to tell you how
the
wrong
opportunistic.
you are about
Please
what
don't
you
use
say
that
to
word
them.
today.
everybody out
yet
there
and
listening,
still,
you should
they
be
want to tell
opportunity
you
to
what
say.
you
That's
can and
a
can't
smart
say, and they want to try to cancel you and edit what you say.
Hey, Vernon, can I ask you a question?
Please don't.
What question do you want to ask me? As long as it's nothing stupid, because I am in the mood to tell a motherfucker about
Woo,
yourself.
not
so
in the
you
mood.
warn it. I'm
Now go on with your question,
right
then,
now. So
son.
what is it?
Go ahead, Nick. You got a question?
What would you like to ask?
Don't need to know about your moves.
Oh, no, I thought that was Wanza.
Said we don't need to know about your moves.
But
No, that was Nick.
So no, Wanza asked.
You can't see?
I know.
So look,
Nick don't ask dumb questions.
No, this is a
I thought
smart
that was
question.
Wanza.
This is,
My fault.
no, this is a smart question, Vernon. So would you not watch a movie if it looks gay?
Oh, excuse me.
Or are you just a cinema buff? Like a lot of people seen Brokeback Mountain, a lot of people seen
No,
Moonlight.
no lie.
I don't
know,
see
they
nothing
wanna-
with broken backs.
I'm more of a person where if the
I wanna
story
get
makes
the
sense,
You
it
watch it,
doesn't
you
matter
cool.
if it's gay, straight, or indifferent.
Gotcha,
As long as the
gotcha.
story is good and it doesn't matter to me what it's about, who it's about.
Okay.
Hey, Vern, you watching P
Just
Valley?
like what Speedy.
Oh, you
Hold
like
on.
P Valley.
Just like what
That's a good
Speedy said about them pushing a certain agenda. If being gay is a part of the storyline and it means something,
Right,
then say
it
something
makes sense,
about
right,
it.
right.
But if
Okay.
it doesn't mean anything,
You don't
then
wanna
you don't have to bring it up. Everybody doesn't care about a person's sexuality. What
But
you
everybody,
are
like,
is
so
what
this is
you
what
are.
I need more straight people to do.
Like
Like,
wishes
that
or
needs to
something.
be said. Like, gays be forcing the issue on shit, and motherfuckers don't, like, stand up for your straightness.
Oh, right,
Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to care. Like, that's what I be
Exactly.
like, and they like,
And
you
then
don't
it
have to
seems- and it-
care. Like, you don't
see,
have to
K-Dot-
care.
K-Dot, to that
How many kids
to
did you
that
say?
point,
Three.
more people are saying, "Oh, well, he's gay. Oh, why the fuck is who he's sleeping with or who she's sleeping with weren't about?"
Yeah, I don't know why these
You're not
people in
in
this
that
room
mix.
are so concerned about who Wanda's sleeping with. So
Hilarious.
what?
I ain't never said
So
who.
let it live. Nigga's my homie.
Yeah. His booty hole ain't tight no more. We know.
You one-eyed demon.
Him and his one-eyed lover.
Oh,
that was
too
too far.
soon.
I don't,
Too
I
All
don't,
right,
Alright, thanks,
Vernon, I
Vernon.
don't appreciate that
Yeah,
comment.
he dunked on you and got
Vernon,
us
we're blocking you. Call
So-
in one more time so we can block you.
I went and watched.
Call him
Thor.
one more time. We go block you.
The new one.
I went and watched Thor. That shit
I heard
was
it was a love
It was
story.
horrible, man.
I heard it was a love story.
They were. Now I'm not into Marvel movies,
You
so
went
maybe
watch
that's
it.
why I didn't get
So
it.
you play marbles. Huh?
And it was just the storyline was all over the place. And then when it finally gets to the, because
I gotta go. I'm sorry, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Speedy went and saw a dude, a buff dude with his shirt off
I
that
hate
holds a
this
hammer.
shit. I hate this shit.
See the dude swinging his hand.
No, it had
What's
weird
wrong?
shit.
He
Like,
wasn't
like
buff
there's
enough?
kids in the movie.
Wasn't buff enough.
So there's kids in the movie that make you think it's a kid's movie, but it ain't a kid's movie.
Oh, so they still keeping it almost rated R.
It
'Cause
pretty
it's a
much is
Marvel
rated
movie,
R.
so-
It's horrible. They snatched the clothes off of Thor and he's naked, and
Why?
all the women pass
Why?
out.
And you still weren't happy?
Yeah, that's gay. And you watched this?
That was your favorite part of the movie?
You watched this with kids, or you watched it by yourself?
Did you stay or did you leave
He
at that,
stayed.
at that point?
Did you go get popcorn after that? Like, what happened?
Did you stay?
Did you lean
stay?
forward in your seat? Like, oh.
Did you pass out?
What a miss! What a miss!
Nigga put on 3D glasses. It wasn't even a 3D movie.
But it did like that didn't
Are
make
you
like there was
familiar with the
to
movie,
me.
though?
No, I'm not with Thor, but I didn't get that part of it. Like, what did that have to do
The naked
with
dude,
Thor?
or-
Nothing.
No, them snatching the clothes off of Thor. Like
never
so it's a scene where this other person, motherfucker, who it's weird. He snatches the clothes off of Thor. And then I'm like, I don't get it. If it's because you got kids in the movie.
Right.
Not in the movie theater, in the movie.
They let the kids see it. Say the man's John on camera.
I don't know, man. It was crazy.
Hey,
So,
green
but
screen
one
the
show
kids
I
in.
did what
They
I'm
ain't
watching
green screen.
is they got this new show where you build a house off the grid, so you're living off the grid, and it's mostly all white folks.
I'm trying to tell
All
y'all,
white
let's do
folks.
it, y'all.
They go out to the middle of the forest. They cut down some trees.
Build
Now
a
where
community?
they, huh?
They build a whole community?
No,
or
they just built them a house.
Oh, okay.
They found some acres and they built a house. Now they really don't have no roads to get up there, so now they got to try to get the lumber and all this shit up this hill,
Why they
and
didn't
it's
build the
always
road?
raining.
They should have just built the road first.
Well, how you gonna build a road in this?
Everybody know that.
Well, they didn't do that.
They stupid.
They just walked up, said, "We're gonna build a house right here." And you start cutting it down. But the part I like about it, you know, most shows they finish the house. No, they don't never. They only finish the house every once in a while. Most of the time,
They give up.
they don't give up. They just the house is not finished. At the end of that hour, they just go, "Well, we gotta finish this next year because it's snowing now." Because for some reason they start building maybe 2 months before the snow come in. So then it's raining and then it snows. and now you don't have an installation.
Probably playing that for television.
But it's white folks. I love it. White folks decide,
It's
hey,
white folks, but like we more resilient.
building off
like
the
that.
grid.
We want to get out of it, so we gonna build it because we don't want to be in the cold. We don't want to be
and that's one of the, and then to attract money. But I think one of the reasons black folks, I want my shit already done. I ain't finna put the plumbing in because they build outhouses because ain't no plumbing.
I was just finna listen. I told my moms that as a community, as a family, we should all look into this and just find some property. Everybody build you a little house on there, and we operate in our own community.
Well, you have to have capital to build anything,
So
to buy anything.
It'd be cheaper than everybody buying a house individually.
Well, you shouldn't want a house anyway because you never own the land.
So you know what I'm saying? Just something to put out there for the people. So chat room.
I thought you had somewhere to go.
If y'all
I
wanna
do
make
have somewhere to go. As soon as you wrap it up, and I give my information.
Let's get a little Hateful 8 community going.
Haley, give your information.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Haley. Happy birthday, Haley.
Thank you.
So?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. Love My Neighbor Foundation.
Come volunteer.
Come volunteer every Thursday from 12 to 2.
It's gonna be a hopping good time tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Hopefully you guys get off on a good foot. So.
Can I
You
pick
guys
a
get
bone
out
with
there
you?
tomorrow and break a leg.
Can I pick a bone with you, Haley?
You know what I'm saying?
Like ankle bone.
Because
My ankle bone.
every time I add,
Can he kick some knowledge?
I was gonna put my foot down on something.
Can we kick it? Yes, we can.
Silly, put my foot down on something.
You don't mind if I drop this? Look here.
Haley, you know what?
Look here.
You know, I kick some game to you real quick. There
You
you.
a stand-up person. 'Cause you always been 10 toes down.
You know when I hit you and I say I got clothes and you go, well, just bring them.
Mm.
You know, it'll be bothering me. I just want to make sure I get that out. You know,
What do you mean?
Because you should just come get them.
Oh.
I mean, I'm fine with it, but I'm not going to come and just drop everything when you want me to come and drop everything.
Right. She needs a running start.
Tell him.
Like, I run a company.
I hate you.
Yeah, she's not supposed to just hop right to it.
I can't stand any of you guys.
Well, if you don't want to get on the good foot, that's cool.
Hey,
You want her to You want her to jump on one leg when you say how high?
Speedy, how about you just step it up? Go ahead and bring it to her.
Well, I'm gonna put my foot down on that conversation. Fuck with you. Go ahead, Wanzer, give your information.
You guys can follow me at my
I'm
name at Anthony Wanzer. Yeah, come follow me. And if you want to get in touch with Haley, you can also get in touch with me. I will get in touch with Haley.
You can also get in touch with me.
I thought you was going to give her number out, Dick. I was like, oh, shit.
No.
818.
Hey, she never gave me her real number.
Oh, you got the.
Oh wow!
She gave you the number to the thing.
To love my neighbor.
Hello, love my neighbor. Is
I thought I was calling,
Haley there?
I thought I was calling Haley. I called the foot doctor.
They're like, well, she won't be here that day, but we would love for you to come down and
We'll
volunteer.
let Haley know you
Her
called.
appointment's tomorrow.
You didn't give me your real number?
No, I did. I do that to some people. But.
She's like, call me right now so I can save it.
Oh, it's ringing. Gotcha. Locked ya.
Locked it, blocked you.
Do not answer.
Go ahead, give your information.
You can follow me at _ KAYDOTT. Also at Facebook at Karina Wells, which is his favorite outlet to reach me.
I love Karina.
Hey Dizzle.
K Dizzle. You can catch me here sometime, you know.
thighs are out. I know
You
that.
know what I'm saying? I be ruining my stay. You know what I mean? I be arguing with this old nigga, but I thought your shirt was wet in the front at first.
That's
At first.
I did too. I swear to God, I did too though.
Yeah.
Who is
I
that,
was like,
Prince?
I was
oh,
like,
he's
damn, this nigga
sweating.
belly sweating? Fuck.
What dude is that on your shirt? What is that? I don't know, dude. Who's
Who's that? Lenny Kravitz?
No.
Who's that,
Yeah,
Prince?
you know what I'm saying? Who's that, Prince?
Sly Stone.
Sly Stone.
Oh, I don't-
That's his shadow.
Your crush?
Well, you really thought I was sweating over here?
I did for 2 seconds. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
I mean, why wouldn't you be?
A lot of us don't put our boyfriends on our shirts.
Fight night. Go ahead.
That's his dream. That's
That's fight night.
You can find me at Fist of Fury.
Downstairs.
Fist of Fury.
Fist of Fury. You can catch me outside fighting all the black
Catch me
belts.
outside.
You can follow me on Instagram at It's Keep Dean on all social media platforms.
Oh, social
Or
media.
Smacky Wacky.
Or
Mhm.
Smacky Wag. I guess I got a new name.
SmackyWacky.com.
He'll be at
Smacky
50
Wacky.
Shades. I'm going to put him in blackface.
You
No,
just
this ain't
said-
Smacks.
Is that you, Smack? No, this ain't me.
This ain't me.
You pantomime.
This is a mime. I bought you some talent.
I'm Charlie Blackland.
Does he need a mic? No.
I'm not smacks. I'm blacks.
I hate that guy too.
How racist that would be for a white dude. Like blackface named Blacks.
Speedy is funny on everything.
It's not.
Speedy
Is not
IZ.
funny. He
Pops,
is not.
hey, Pops, would you do whiteface?
No. Speedy is funny on
Well,
everything.
is
he
not
do
funny.
big waist.
It was right. I did put about the rim.
Speedy is slow.
Don Ray Caldwell on Facebook.
Donald Ray, man, that's
Don
so
Ray.
country.
Don Ray.
Don Ray.
Don Ray.
Don Ray.
Again, shout out to my mom. It would have been her 81st
Shout out
birthday
to
yesterday.
Grams.
Shout out to mom.
First birthday without my mom.
Rest in peace. Rest in
I
heaven.
made all 80 of the other ones.
Hey,
Shout out
as
to
you should.
moms.
Well, not all 80 of them. I got
You remembered some of them though. You know that counts too.
Maybe 50 of them, maybe.
Well, did you make it to
How
the
old are you?
funeral? Did you go
Yeah,
to
you
that?
only been around 50 years. What are you looking crazy for?
Right, nigga, what are you looking for? I
Yeah.
said maybe 50 of them. How old are you? Are you
He's
50, right?
60.
He's doing math.
60.
He's doing math.
Okay, well, 60 of
Well, we
them.
know who wasn't at the bike ride.
Smacky
I don't think he was a
Wacky.
friend then. I don't think
Yeah.
he was a friend then.
Smacky Backy wasn't there.
Where's Smacky Wacky? We haven't met him yet.
Downstairs, wrestling with a nigga.
They're taking their shirts off right now.
The funny shit you said. Could have sworn you had some tires. When
I
you
thought he
came
was
here.
like, he was dressed like a breakdancer. I thought he put some cardboard down. I was like, meet me downstairs.
Meet me outside.
Hey,
Meet
we
me
trying to
outside.
resolve it. Maybe we can get him the break battle.
Now, that would be great.
That would.
Can we have a joke off? Can we do a
Yeah.
basket contest or something?
In Robbie's defense, I would, you know them all his old bitches at the that be at 50 Shades of Funny. So he
All
probably
his
was
old
like, you getting all my bitches numbers? I just don't.
Yeah, you for sure got some of his bitches. For sure. Anyway, shout out to my partner in crime. I could not do the show without my son Nick, who I love and I never whooped.
That is a good point. Shout out to
I
Pops.
did. I did raise my voice.
I do appreciate
Spare
you
the
for
rod,
that.
spoil the child.
Did raise my voice
Yeah,
though.
I don't want to spoil it, but shout out to you, Pops. I actually do like my father, so shout out to him. After talking to I see a lot of people don't like the people, you know what I'm saying? So you did a great job, Pops. I appreciate you.
Would you like to amend that statement to maybe sometimes?
You know what I'm saying? We'll pass these lessons down to Mike.
Or he did the best job he could. We can say that.
Yeah, it worked out. So
He did
however
what he
it
could
go.
with what he had.
Yeah, you did the best job you could.
Could have did nothing. So however
Right.
it go, it
You
worked
gotta
out.
say with little.
I could have been like Juan's dad. I could,
Yeah, you
come
know.
through. I could
Child
have came
support
through.
wouldn't let you.
He could have knew where you lived.
Yeah,
He could have knew
I could
where
have been
you
across the
lived.
street, and never said a word.
He could have bumped into your uncle at 7-Eleven. You know you got two kids down the street.
Just like you. We got one eye, not green eye. But yeah.
They've been asking about you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny. Y'all remember the details
Nigga,
of my
we know
story.
everything about
Yeah,
your
we know
goddamn
everything.
Y'all remember that shit.
That was a funny. I was telling, I was with Will the other day. I said, Will, the greatest story ever told on my radio show was you getting in the fight with the homeless dude that was stronger than him.
Oh my God.
No,
Who
for
did,
Will,
Will?
no,
Yeah.
the greatest story Will ever told. Remember
Transsexual.
we had the marathon, and he rode on the back of a motorcycle with
Oh, yeah,
somebody.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Will's done a lot of things.
Yeah, I was just like, nigga, you rode, bitch.
Show me around the way.
Yeah. You was holding the back of the motorcycle?
was
That's
holding-
us.
He was holding his shoulders. Ugh.
Tightly.
You had to lean when they turned? Interesting.
He said, lock your fingers around his neck.
I told you, I'm about to hit a bump. Hold on.
You got to squeeze with your thighs. I know
So
that.
you
goddamn-
asked for the helmet with the mohawk. Ah, I see.
Smash into me. We about to hit a bump. Lock your legs around me. We about to go over a speed bump.
He said smash
Smash into
it.
Are you happy to see me?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Lock your knees around my neck. We about to hit a speed bump.
Hey,
Will
bro,
was like, can I use the
Again,
clutch?
man, thank you for
Ashley,
being
too.
both of y'all. Well, especially because you could have went that route.
Yeah,
too.
you couldn't. You
I
did.
appreciate that, man.
I'm too player for that, bro.
Oh, you was. You
Nah,
was.
this is probably one of our
It wasn't a
best
rebuttal,
shows.
nigga. It was not like a
Yeah, you didn't have to say anything, Smack. We good.
Just say thank you, brother. Because especially with a baby girl there, we went to do
Because Robbie will call in. I'll take it back.
that. We won't do that. 50 Shades of No White. Anyway.
We ain't shit.
I knew it was bad when he said, so why I can't do your show? I went,
No, I knew it was bad. And Robbie's like, first of all,
Yeah,
You're an opportunist.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was waiting for him to start kicking and laugh. He didn't laugh.
I was playing.
Yeah, I thought he was playing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Why would he
never
play
knew
with
he
you
really
when he
felt
don't
like
like
that.
you?
He didn't know it.
No, he didn't know.
Imagine asking the question. Oh, some real shit that you didn't know was
but Smack, you keep saying you didn't know that. I heard him tell you that a couple of times.
Bro,
No, but we thought it's a comedy show.
We always
Yeah.
been doing that.
So you
bro.
thought he was joking?
And
Yeah.
he's talked to me
Oh,
plenty of
okay.
times after that outside of the show.
Ah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like you do that now, and you've been doing all. You could have been addressed this.
So I guess him saying.
Well,
he
his
doesn't like
defense,
you
he don't
doesn't
know how to
mean-
dress.
I guess that's hilarious. I think that doesn't mean what we all mean by that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad y'all got it all the way out.
Like
It's
Robbie,
all the way out
he
now.
didn't like
Y'all-
us, he
y'all
still
did the
came-
So
Toothpaste
now,
like this.
now when y'all see each other, just walk past. You walk.
No. He said he talked to him before when he didn't like Robbie didn't like us. He still called us.
Yeah,
So
he said fuck our show and then show.
Yes,
showed
I
up.
don't think Robbie has
that's
a
what-
problem talking to people that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
So so it don't make no difference whether Robbie like you or not. It's gonna be the same thing.
Now we know.
I just think he just wanted to express that, but I don't think that's gonna change how he
Yeah.
talks to
I think
people,
y'all
'cause
cool.
He still came and hung out with us. And
I wouldn't say go to
clearly
the
didn't
show.
like us.
All I know is if we was in school at 3:00, this nigga would have met you.
Yeah, he'd be downstairs, but taking the shoes off.
We'd have been instigating. Robbie said, "You better not come to the tree. You better walk a different way home."
He said, "You better catch the next bus."
Robbie said, "Your grandmama better come to the classroom to get you." That's what Robbie said.
Hey, you gonna fight Robbie?
You want me to hold your backpack?
Robbie said, "You better get detention and eat lunch in there, or he gonna whoop your ass."
Hey, you doing another show out there in the Bay?
I would love to go back to the Bay.
I think what's about to happen, man. We're supposed to be doing this tour with Fox, so
Oh, we ain't on that smack. Sorry.
I think that's what's gonna happen. If we do that, then I'll be able to come back and really be able to put some shows together. If we don't, I'm definitely going
Look,
back to
just the plan, y'all.
Oakland.
If I get on the tour with them, I'm gonna go promote the rollout show.
Mhm.
So right after that tour, though, we gonna go on tour.
We're gonna go to.
And here's what we gonna do.
Immediately right after that.
We gonna put on some black stuff. We gonna push speakers.
Yeah.
And we gonna go on the tour.
We gonna go with them.
We gonna go with them.
We gonna go with
And
them.
during sound check, we gonna do our sets.
Exactly. There
Just
you go.
checking the mics. That's all we're doing.
Just
Just checking the mics.
Oh, it's people out here. I'm so sorry.
we're sorry.
We're
I'm
sorry.
gonna go check the mics.
Yeah.
2 chickens
Yeah,
across the street.
but yeah, as soon as we come off that tour,
When y'all doing the tour though?
August.
So we can't go. Just to go? Can we experience it with y'all?
Maybe Robbie
Can
was
we
right.
Can we shadow? Can we shadow?
Maybe Robbie was right.
We can't enter.
We can't enter.
Well, I'm not trying to be an opportunist. I'm just trying to present an opportunity.
Did you hear what this nigga said?
That nigga said maybe Robbie was right.
Great
This nigga asked before I got a chance to ask.
Ain't nothing I can say after that. Y'all have a good day, man. We see y'all Freaky Friday. Don't forget.
Wands are like, there's only one ass kisser here, okay?
Hey, I'm his bike buddy, not you. If anyone's going on tour, it's gonna be me.
I'm his bike buddy. You're not putting a speaker around here. I am.
You don't have these bikes on your, lights on your bike.
You know how long it takes for us to charge our bikes together?
Charge our bikes 3 or 4 hours together.
You know how much energy it takes to ride behind him? Fuck.
Hey man, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys enjoyed the show today, hit the Cash App, roll out live on Cash App, look for the logo. Or if you want to send it to your boy, send it to HNS2K. We out of here.
Rest in peace.